it was amazing. I've never gone to any other CLAT coaching except NPLC, and I think I've just come such a long way from where I started. And every class, every target, it all felt like I was taking small steps to get to where I am right now. So overall, I just got incredible support.
So, hi Samyukta. So many congratulations. All
Thank
India
you, sir.
rank 24, I believe, right?
Yeah.
NLU Delhi, a Bangalore girl.
Yeah.
So
exactly.
before I define you, anyways, I know you well, right? Because it has been a year we have been together. But I think let's start formally, and then we will get in our mode.
Hi, my name is Samyuktha. I am from Bangalore. I go to National Public School in Indiranagar. And I've been studying law for a year, and I'm going to NLU Delhi.
Like I actually, you have that strength in your voice. Looks like, all the effort you have put in, we're actually enjoying the moments. I know that these moments are very special, Samyukta, because you don't get to write entrances every year, or maybe you just write it one entrance entire life, or maybe two, right? So
that's a good thing. I'm quite tired of entrances. It was pretty hard, especially the last few months. You really have to stretch because a lot of GK to study, a lot of mocks to write, a lot of practice. Like I would have written, especially, so CLAT and AILET are different exams. And from Bangalore, I thought CLAT would always be my better chance. So I always prepped more for CLAT. But then I also did AILET mocks, and CLAT didn't work out as I wanted it to. So it was quite a hard week, especially last week for me. But then that would have been the hardest stretch, just keeping myself going for one more week before AILET. So I think entrance exams in general just push you a lot to keep working. So there's no real difference prepping for CLAT and AILET. The only place where there's a difference is when you're actually writing the exam. But apart from that, it's exactly the same. So when you're doing GK, it's just general knowledge. A lot of the things which I studied from the PDFs for CLAT, the questions came in AILET. Maybe one-liners which I would have done for AILET came in CLAT. So it's not that you study for them separately, it's just your preparation for the entrances. They both aren't very different. Only some of the critical and analytical might have been different, but largely just the same preparation for both.
So basically you're trying to say that it's more or less the same, right? When you prepare for one, second automatically get covered, right? This is true, true, except for if you remove the general knowledge part, which is in form of one-liners here. They have the passages, otherwise more or less the same. And now the CLAT has given a couple of analytical reasoning questions this time. So it looks like the standards are also pretty similar now. Okay, Samyukta, great. So Samyukta, my next question would be, did the paper of AILET surprise you, or were you ready for the paper, like similar paper like that? Maybe it wasn't a very difficult one, we all realize. So were you, because there's everybody has a perception that AILET paper is quite difficult. So how did you manage to have that confidence in doing so well in the paper, right? When AILET generally is a difficult one. So were you prepared for that?
I think so. I wasn't surprised seeing the paper because it felt just like every other mock of AILET I'd ever written. I started off and I went exactly how I planned. So I start off with logical, and then I go to GK, and then I go to English. So it felt very much like I was just doing another mock at home, and you would announce the results afterwards. It really, it felt the same, a little bit more pressure. But the thing is, with that kind of practice which we've done in class, with the practice of the questions, everything felt familiar, so it didn't feel like I was opening a new paper for the first time. I was just doing something I was familiar with. So that's what happened. I think GK was always my weakest section. I struggled with GK so much. I felt that I was behind everyone else. I'd written so many GK tests in class, and at the end I would go and tell my mother, I don't think I can do GK. And it was just my biggest weakness. But I think every little bit you've picked up from different places came. So we have Monday GK tests in which you read out questions, sir. And I remember you asking specifically some of the questions I saw in AILET. I remember them being discussed in class directly. So I was thinking of the classes as I was answering those questions. So I think GK is a very continuous process. You can't say it's one PDF and I'm done and I know everything. You'll never fully know GK. But with a lot of continuous prep and a lot of continuous work, you can get as used to GK as you can. And I think that's the state that I was in walking into AILET. So I think critical reasoning is a mix of two things. It's one, a mix of solving the puzzles, and another, it's the mix of those short questions in which you have to read the passage and answer the questions. I would say the puzzles, you get it, from practice. And the puzzles is where I think it's best to build up your speed. Because if you're able to solve those puzzles quicker, then you can take time to read those tricky language questions twice and come back to it and then pick the best answer. Because I struggled a bit with those. I remember I texted asking, sir, especially these inference assumptions questions, I don't know how to do them. And I asked you for help and I struggled with those. But the thing is, if you can give yourself the time to spend a little bit more time on those so you can read it and then work based on elimination. So if you look at my AILET paper, every answer I've marked, I've crossed out the other 3 answers and then I've marked the remaining answers. So elimination is the best strategy, and once you can really do that with critical, you can get a better grip of it. So I think also having a good reading speed and having a good control on time is just very important in AILET. I attempted 146 out of 150 questions, and I think even though my accuracy wasn't perfect, the fact that I attempted so many, that sort of gave me an edge.
So high attempts actually help. Yeah, I told you.
High attempts, I think, definitely help.
It actually helps. And in a paper like AILET, wherein the seats are so limited, right? So if the cutoff this time, I think it's, what's your score?
122.25. So
122.25 with a negative marking, right? So you have to have an attempt of more than 140 to get that, right? With a super accuracy, still you need to attempt 140. So the number of attempts always have to high. And in a paper like this, wherein you cannot be fully sure of what is what, right? Then you need to have to take a chance. Otherwise, you will not be able to. So Samyuktha, my next question would be, not everybody knows, but we have also got a interview call from Oxford University, right? Which in itself is very prestigious. Yes, no matter what happens next, it's fine. It has to happen. It will happen. Otherwise, it won't happen. That's completely okay, because you are equally well of similar structure in India. So how does it feel? Would you want Oxford to happen now, or are you fine with NLU Delhi?
Sir, I think getting NLU Delhi gives me the confidence that whatever happens in the next month, I'll be fine with it. I would love to go to NLU Delhi. I would love to go to Oxford. And, I think I've learned in the last month that life is just so unpredictable. I didn't know what would happen. I found CLAT hard, but AILET went well. I never thought AILET would go well, actually, in all my, mocks of practice, just because there are 47 seats. And I've learned that life is unpredictable, so I'll be very happy wherever I go next year, sir.
That should be the spirit, right? Because you don't know what happens in those 2 hours, right? So I always remember asking you, please be serious for AILET, please be serious for AILET, because that's a crucial exam. And you guys, because considering a couple of your friends as well, all of you are from Bangalore, so you always had that, not leaving Bangalore attitude in you, right? But
I definitely had that, sir.
Yeah, it was destined to enjoy the weather of Delhi, right? Extreme summers and extreme winters, right? So come out of your comfort zone from Bangalore.
Oh, so it was amazing. I've never gone to any other CLAT coaching except NPLC, and I think I've just come such a long way from where I started. So where I started was in March this year. And I started not knowing anything about CLAT. I did one CLAT paper before, and that was last year's paper. And then I decided that I wanted to do law based on that. And it's incredible. Every mock I've written, every time you've sat with us for hours on call and analyzed the mock, I felt like I grew every time I did that, because mock analysis and just arguing, it really helped me understand every single mistake I've made. And every class, every target, it all felt like I was taking small steps to get to where I am right now. So overall, I just got incredible support. And more than that, I really like the small batch size of NPLC and the fact that everything happens with you personally, sir. So you say, if you ever have a doubt, if you ever want to know what to do, I can just reach out to you personally and I can get that personal feedback, and that really changes things. And it's just been incredible, sir. Couldn't have done this without you.
Yeah. I understand. So, a small batch size always helps. So, I'm sure when you look at the results I've posted, rank 2, rank 4, rank 6. So, everyone, right? It's not that, you don't know. So, even if I start, even if I think of planting anyone, everybody would ask me, sir, ye kaun sa hai? Who is he, right? Because everyone knows everyone here, right? So it's that.
Yeah, these are people I've studied with and talked to for months, and I'm seeing them do so well, and it's incredible. All of them have done pretty well. I think a lot of people I know are going to Delhi, so I'll have quite a familiar crowd there. And I have friends who are going to Bangalore and Nalsar as well, so it's a great crowd.
I think your law school, we have 8 of them till now, right? So possibly that you more in waitlisted in case that confirmed. So it'll be
some great connections to make. So
yeah, which is true. Samyukta, I think I find you really smart, right? And I think you have a long way to go. Believe me. Right, so just and I think you must have understood how to study now. What clearing national level entrance is a different experience than writing boards, right? Here it's a relative race. It's not about everyone who had crossed 110 and all. So they were all expecting that the cutoff is so. Last year it was 106.5. So this year we'll clear. But the cutoff came out to be 120 or so, right? Because it's relative race, right? It's not about how you have performed, it's also about what others are performing, right? So when we prepare for an exam like that, so we always keep about others as well, like what exactly are they doing, and then you prepare in that form, right? And Samyukta, how happy are your parents, school, teachers, everyone? Have they acknowledged?
Incredibly happy.
They're very happy.
Yeah. So it's so I was a science student and I was doing CLAT. So at first I wasn't even sure whether I could do it and balance it, and my parents weren't sure. But I think this entire process has taught me that I can stretch and I can work. So it taught me not to shy away from work in the future, because if you put in the work, then something good will come of it. I've really learned that. My parents were overjoyed. So.
Great. And Samyukta, start learning some Hindi as well. You're coming to Delhi now, right? So
everyone from class has been telling me that I'm going to struggle in Delhi, so it's quite a tough right now.
So come out of that, of the thing, because that will be required here, right? Which is great, Samyukta.
I'll join tuition classes before I come, sir. Next preparation.
Start coming to NPLC again, right?
Yeah.
No, which is good, Samyukta. I think I'm very happy and extremely proud of you, right? It is a very well-deserved success. I am not surprised, right? Had it been a bad day, then only you would not have performed. But I think you have done very well, and NLU Delhi is a very good law school. Trust me, you won't repent leaving Bangalore as a city. People here are very good. Everything is well. Believe me, I'm
very excited, sir. It looks great, honestly.
Yeah, so definitely, and Samyukta will keep connecting again, right? And our celebrations are due, right? I'm planning a huge celebration in Delhi, considering so many of you have done so well that we'll be celebrating. Wow. And then we have to travel to Delhi for that. We have traveled so many times to Delhi for classes, right?
Yeah.
Be prepared to come for the celebrations as well, right? So everyone around will be coming, and then we'll come, right?
Yeah. So one last thing I wanted to say. I just wanted to say thank you, because only the week I actually came to Delhi was the week I started to take AILET seriously. Otherwise, before then, I would have probably written 5 AILET mocks. But then that week I came to Delhi, I realized, maybe I should start taking AILET seriously. And that's the only time I ever did AILET. So I just want to thank you for that, sir. I would never have gotten this without.
Samyukta, these things are destined to happen, So you were destined to study in NLU Delhi for another 5 years. That's why you came to Delhi, and then you got to think, I have to work for it, right? So it's not about thanking me or something. It's completely about you were destined to reach somewhere. That's why we met. That's how you came to Delhi. Then you prepared, and it triggered that let's also prepare for AILET, right? So that's how it is. So nothing. So I'm sure, Otari, you will do well wherever you are. Then Samyuktha will connect again. Okay. Chalo.